Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're tackling a challenge that many minimalist-minded parents face during the holidays. How do you get your in-laws and other well-meaning relatives on board with your no toys rule? If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Flora, certified simplification coach and 7-time author. And for over 27 years, I've been helping women like you align into a life or a business that you are wildly obsessed with by helping you clear out the 9 types of clutter, keeping you from a life that you love. What are those 9 types of clutter? They are mental, spiritual, emotional, digital, financial, daily, body, process, and environmental clutter. My YouTube page is where I share my environmental decluttering tips, and here on the podcast, I share with you how to declutter the rest. Please subscribe or follow this feed so you get notified every single time an episode is released. So let's start with your why. Why are you choosing to say no to toys this year? Now, this is something I've been having so many conversations with in my Voxers and with my private clients. So for many parents, it's about decluttering, it's about living more intentionally, and it's also about having more space in your home. You know, maybe you've noticed that your kids rarely play with most of the toys that they already have. Or maybe you want to prioritize quality time and meaningful experiences over having more items and more material stuff and more toys floating around your house. Whatever your reasons, they are valid. And it's worth communicating them very clearly with your family. So here's the challenge that a lot of people face is when they tell grandparents, aunts, uncles, or in-laws that you don't want toys for your kids. It can feel like that you're rejecting their love for your children or their role in your child's life. But this really isn't the case. It's really about reframing what giving looks like to your family. So here are 3 ways that you can approach this conversation with your in-laws or other relatives to hopefully get them on board with your no toy rule. First and foremost, lead with gratitude and your why. Start by acknowledging that you know and understand and recognize their love and their generosity for your kids. And I've actually kind of scripted up something that you could say to them. So you could say, "We're so grateful for how much love you have and show," and then fill in your child's name, "and for all the thoughtful gifts that you've given in the past. This year, however, we're focusing on simplifying our home and giving our kids more experiences instead of toys. We've noticed that they light up so much more when they spend time doing really fun activities, especially with you. So we're asking for experience-based gifts instead." Typically, when you lead with gratitude and you share your reasoning, it usually helps the other people understand that it isn't about rejecting their kindness. It really truly is about redirecting it in a way that aligns with your values as a family. Now, the second way that you can approach this and that you can have a conversation about this is to give alternatives. It's so much easier for somebody to support your vision if they know exactly what you're asking for. And a lot of people, especially around the holidays, are stumped with knowing what to get people anyway. So when you give clear ideas, all of a sudden it takes the work out of their head, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, well, here's a list of 5 things that I can choose from. This one sounds fabulous." So here's some ideas of experience-based gifts. You could do tickets to a local zoo, a museum, a theme park, or some type or kind of adventure that your kids typically like engaging in. Or maybe it's something new entirely that they've never experienced in your general vicinity. Another one is a gift card for a family outing, such as like mini golf or movies or bowling or game night or just plain ice cream. That's usually pretty standard if they're not lactose intolerant. Another thing is lessons or activities that your kids like or they're interested in. So, something like swimming or music classes or art classes or something that they can maybe start to create a new hobby for themselves. And of course, a membership. And this is something like an indoor aquarium, a zoo, for example, which we already shared earlier, or like an indoor play center. I know a lot of places up in the Twin Cities, up in like the Midwest, since it's cold for a good portion of the year, they have a lot of like these indoor things like the Science Museum, Children's Museums, Camp Snoopy, or I think it's called Camp Nickelodeon now, but things like that. So give yourself permission to really think about clear and specific examples that you could share with your people so that they're not left just kind of going, oh crap, I have no idea. Perfect. Here's a list of 10 things. Here's a list of 5 things. That way, like I said, you've taken that out of their head and out of their mind, and you've given them some very clear and specific examples that they can just pull from. So another way that you can convey this, and again, I've shared a little script here for you, you could say, instead of toys, we'd love it if you could contribute to a membership at the zoo or fill in the blank with any type of attraction that you like. It's something that our kids would really enjoy all year long, and we would think of you every single time that we went. So you're sharing with them this opportunity to either come along with you as a family, or to say, in lieu of toys this year, I want to share with you a gift truly that keeps on giving all year long, which is really, really fun. Now, the third way to approach this is to be firm but kind. Now, some people might push back, especially if they're used to traditional gift giving. And this is where you truly need to hold your boundaries in a very kind and a very confident way. And if someone insists that toys are part of the magic of the holidays, you can simply say, well, yeah, we totally understand. Toys can be so much fun, but we've realized that our kids already have so much, and we want to focus on creating memories that are going to last longer than any toy. If you do give toys, please understand that they're going to live at your house so that when our kids or children come to visit you, then they have something to play with then when they're at your space. So if they still resist, remind them that this is about what works best for your family, not theirs. The cool thing about choosing experiences over toys is that you're teaching your kids that memories are so much more meaningful than material things, and that it's okay to prioritize what aligns with your family's value, and also that simplicity can lead to so much more joy and connection during the holiday season. Your kids are probably not going to remember all the toys that you ever give them, but they are going to remember experiences and those adventures that you take them on. Plus, this approach to gift giving also reduces massive amounts of clutter. It minimizes the overwhelm and really sets the stage for a very peaceful and very intentional holiday season. Let's continue this conversation. If you're watching this video on YouTube, I invite you to share your experiences with holiday gift giving in the comments below. And if you're listening to this on any podcast streaming service, please visit my website to connect with me and share your thoughts. If you found today's episode helpful, please subscribe, share with your friends, and leave a review. Your support helps this podcast reach more people looking to declutter their lives and align into a life that they are wildly obsessed with. Remember, all it takes is a clear vision of what you want and the willingness to take one small shift in that direction daily to align into a life that you love. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next episode. Mwah.